Good morning. We're gonna have a beautiful workout together. What I'm gonna be starting with is by warming up, starting here from one side of the mat to the other side of the mat. This workout is going to be designed for people that are role models. They want to be role models. They understand how important it was to have someone that understands them and someone that inspires them to do better in life, right? It's a fun fact that your parents might not be able to do the job. You know, kids sometimes, especially in teenage years, they're repulsed by their parents almost. And they'll hang on to role models. And sometimes we have all the wrong role models at the wrong time appearing in our lives as well. So this for the people that want this committed effort to being one. You have your fitness routine that you know is not at its best, and the gyms are closed for you. Maybe you don't have access to one right now, and you don't have access to any studios. It's like, I want to be mindful. I can't go to India for a retreat in mindfulness and go on a mountain, right? What do? Well, you do a workout that takes in all those different aspects of that's human spirituality. Just being mindful about yourself, your emotions, what's going on in your mind, and being able to understand how this is a conflict with when you are in interaction with other people, right? So right now as I'm speaking to you, I'm super aware of what's going on inside of my body as I'm speaking to you. You have that when you're driving too, and you can have that when you're doing your workouts. So we're gonna bring up the intensity of the workout and make sure that we're aware of the safety and the wellness that's going on inside of the body. We're not just gonna disconnect from the body to try to burn more calories and then, you know, we get injured. So you wanna be aware of your emotions, and that's how you can be a good role model. You're never gonna blow up in the wrong situations, and your patients will be able to come out and show that you are different from the other people. Abs, they're let go right now, squeeze them. This is for the mobility of my back. Let go of my abs a bit and squeeze them to understand what I want to have when I'm doing my push-ups. Squeeze them. We're gonna go for two more squeezes. One more squeeze. Perfect. Now I need to make sure that my elbows won't hyperextend in my plank, because I'm going to do plank and push-ups. So I'm just rolling my wrist and checking the status of my elbows, rolling my wrist, checking the status of my elbows. Perfect. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to practice to coil myself back and bring myself forward. Coil myself back and forward. This enables me to prepare to progressively go lower and just push yourself back. See, so it's starting to let it real fast, and this is cold right now, and I had no warm-ups prior to this. So this is the real world. So I'm warming up as I'm doing my movements. See, I'm testing out my body, checking out my equipment, and I'm not overwhelming it. If I go any lower than what I'm doing right now, I'll hurt my elbows. Yet I could go a little bit lower every time, and my body is cooperating with giving me the signals and the feedback that I need, but I have to be listening to that feedback, right? Sometimes we're surprised about situations exploding, but there was full bunch of feedback from the situation that we were not able to pick up on. When enough important events like that in your life happen, you start paying attention to those things. Sometimes we pay attention to things when they're too late. They've exploded way beyond our expectations. All right, I'm always completely at the floor, but my left shoulder is almost flaring up, so I gotta watch out with that. Two more, and I'll come back to it, right? So I've made it to my floor, and my shoulder is okay. Last one. All right, so what about if someone's like, oh, I want to do real push-ups. We're not warmed up yet. It's cold outside. All right, so next, here I am, practicing one leg out, and I'm allowing my body to bend forward as a stretch. The other leg out, and I'm bending forward as an active stretch. I'm not trying to hurt myself here. I'm just like listening to where my body stops, because I'll need a similar mobility. Good, perfect. So now what do I want here? Simple. I want to be able to and up, right? From my knees and up. The danger here when you're going up, it's going to be having the right placement for your legs to take over and then your back. So it's back and knees that could go wrong for me here. See? And I could assist myself with my hands too to make sure that my posture is awesome. Let me do it from a different angle. See? My legs stop right into my arms. Exactly where I want my legs to be, I put my arms there. The posture that I want. Let's go. So now I'm being mindful of my body. I'm taking it nice and easy, but I'm always allowing my intensity to increase. Because I have to breathe well now. It is getting challenging. Because I'm looking for the toughest part of my squat here, which is I'm starting in the low position of my squat, which is the toughest part, and I'm standing up from it to it. And then when I'm going all the way down, I'm going back to the toughest part, my full range, and then back. 2 more. My back first, and the last one. A last one. Good. So you see? So even in the push-up, we did not go fully push-up with no knees on the floor. Yet for the squat, we had to like kind of hop into it. There's always going to be a progressive charge of intensity. Now let's go with something that's nice and easy. Let's go with my abs. There's many variations of abs. We're going to go with a crisscross variation. That's really good. So here what I'm doing is I'm going to turn my head naturally to my knee. And exhale. Do not move your head really. I'm turning with my head, my arms, my head, they're one piece. And I want to get my knee up higher. So what I do is now I start looking at the side of my knee. And this is not the most challenging yet. If I didn't have my support leg on the floor, it would be harder. Another one is I could keep a support arm on the floor, and it actually makes it harder. Why? Because it enables you to spend more time in the sweet spot. So people think they'd be cheating, but laning my arm on the floor actually helps me more. Okay? All right. We didn't want to ruin ourselves. Next, we're going to start going into movements that are more dynamic, then go back to our push-ups. So when I'm going for more dynamic here, I'm going to go with something my forward lunge. Very dangerous. I always hated the forward lunge because I couldn't stop myself before going down. Okay? So let's start this. Stop myself, and then I go down. So I am lunging myself forward. So what type of movement would I use where I'm lunging forward? Something where I'm going to push and back. Okay? Left hand, I'm going to push. I'm going to push and back. So much easier that way when there is a function to it. And I'm aiming for diagonal, the corner of my mat. The straight line and down. I almost fell on that one. Did you see that? Let's redo it. Where did it go wrong? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I was not present-minded enough. More mindfulness. And the last one. That's very, very demanding in energy. And beautiful. So I love this. This was amazing. Okay. Next, what we're going to be doing, we're going to go back to the push-ups now. Okay. So I showed you the variation of push-ups that you can do. That won't overwhelm anyone. So next level, we could go see, well, can I go to the next dimension where my knees are not touching the floor? Okay. So for this, my thumbs are barely on the mat and the rest of my hands are off the mat. I will push myself forward with my toes and lower myself about here. Okay. check my neck. My neck's good. Relax at the top. Good. Relax my arms, and I'm gonna go for 4 to 5 more. Why 4 to 5 more? Because you gotta listen to yourself. One more might be the worst thing you can think about. This is like developing your intuition that's accurate with what your body can actually do, okay? Your body is communicating with you. So come on, one more is not always a good idea, okay? Sometimes one more is how you injure yourself, like how I injured my back. One more. Yeah, and my back was injured for like over 5 years. That feels good. Wait, one more. So what mattered here was my crisp control. The more control I have over my push-up, the more A+ premium it is, okay? It's not the number I did or just the depth. It was the synchronized control I had with what my body can do and how I was able to squeeze out the last detail, millimeter of energy I had in a productive way. If I'm gonna do one more, but it's not helping me to have a more beautiful, a more controlled push-up, a better interaction with my mind-body, what am I doing? You know, I'm just blindly doing anything, listening for other people for advice, but never cooperating with the relationship that I have with my own body. If the relationship I have with my body is broken, I'm gonna break my body down. And I'll never be satisfied because I'll always be comparing myself to what I think I should look like or what I should be doing, right? You can feel it. All right, so next here. I'm allowing myself to roll, left hand, and from here, I'm gonna bring my left leg back. I'm in a lunge position. My right hand, I'm rolling back, bring my right hand down, just so that I could go up, wait till I'm aligned. Good, see? Right here. Perfect. And then I could go back down. There's many ways to go back down. See, but here, I'm finding my lunge, okay? And I could go back from here and allow myself to go back down. Right hand. I'm aligned. Good, perfect. Then how do I go back down? I could use the same right hand if I want. It might be too much of a gap for certain people, going down the way I did. So I might have to do something else like this. See, that's safer for everyone. Right hand again. See, like this. I align myself, everything's in a straight line, my foot, everything's good. And I use my hand on the side, and I'm gonna do this. Cross back. We're gonna go for 2 more, or maybe 4 more. Take a breather, let's go for it. Here I am. Up, straight line back, and I align myself. Good, right here. Perfect. There you go, right here. Okay? Good, that was good for me, okay? So the only thing I want to do here is whether I'm lunging into my strike to needing to go back on the floor. I made it back into this position. What did I just do? Left hand now is gonna go forward. So I trust myself forward, left hand, right? But what about if from here I wanna go back on the floor? So I take the same left hand, I put on the floor, and I put the same left hand to get back up. Super, and bring yourself back, okay? Let's do 4 in total. We'll call it a day for today, because I think that's ballistic enough for today, okay? So my right hand, go forward, amazing. Left hand, forward, and back. Right hand, I sat down, pull myself back. Left hand, Perfect. I come down. Everything straight aligned. Good. And bring yourself back. Let's go for a bonus one, right? Right hand. Oh. And you're good here. Back, okay? So you might have missed one, that's why I decided to do a bonus one just in case. This is just enabling you to understand everything that's connected in your body, and I love these types of workouts. This is made to be repeated twice, so don't see this as a full workout, but this is just the beginning. There's so much stuff that we can do, but we gotta learn the basics. We gotta learn the essentials. We gotta see how things connect. I had to be mindful, I have to be strong, and I have to stay aware the whole time. So it takes an endurance in the mind to make sure that one area, one moment where you don't have the right attention could have grave consequences. Once I almost lost my balance completely, right? Well, where does that come from? I don't know. My mind just wandered off maybe for a split second. I almost lost my balance. That's how it is in life. That's how it is when you drive with your vehicle. You can get an accident at any moment. That's how it is when you're in big conversations, or when you're public speaking, or when you're your family, when there's high stakes situation. Just one moment where you're not really thinking, everything could go off. So you don't need to be stressed about it. You just need to feel confident that this is what you've exercised every day. Take care, everyone. Until next time. Bye.